Welcome, beautiful soul. I believe you found your way here today for a reason. In this divine moment of connection, I want you to know that you are seen, you are heard, and most importantly, you are loved beyond measure. The universe conspires in magnificent ways to bring souls together at precisely the right moment. Type open in the comments if you're ready to receive what the divine has in store for you today. There's a special energy surrounding you right now. I can sense it as clearly as the morning light breaking through darkness. You've been searching, haven't you? Searching for answers, for connection, for that profound sense of belonging that seems to have eluded you. But what if I told you that everything you've been experiencing, every trial, every moment of solitude, every tear shed in the quiet hours of night, has been preparation? The divine messengers have been whispering your name. They've been carefully arranging the cosmic threads of your destiny, weaving a tapestry so beautiful you couldn't possibly imagine its grandeur. Type ready if you feel this truth resonating in your heart. You see, love doesn't always arrive in the package we expect. Sometimes it comes younger, fresher, with a perspective that challenges everything you thought you knew about connection. This soul that's being prepared for you carries light in ways that will illuminate parts of yourself you've kept hidden, even from your own awareness. Many who watch this message have been through relationship experiences that left scars. Perhaps you've known betrayal, abandonment, or the slow, painful drift of growing apart from someone you once couldn't imagine living without. These experiences weren't punishments. They were protection. They were divine interventions steering you away from connections that couldn't nurture your highest self. Type healing if you're embracing the healing journey that prepares you for true love. The divine realm operates outside our limited understanding of time. What seems like endless waiting to us is perfect timing to them. Your person is being prepared just as carefully as you are. They're learning lessons, gaining wisdom, developing the strength and compassion needed to meet you exactly where you need to be met. This soul coming toward you carries a youthful energy, not necessarily in physical age, though that may be the case for many hearing this message, but in spirit. They approach life with wonder, with curiosity, with an openness that will refresh your perspective. They will remind you how to play, how to laugh freely, how to see magic in ordinary moments. When two souls are divinely matched, age becomes merely a number. What matters is the resonance between spirits, the alignment of values, the complementary energies that create balance. Type balance if you're ready to welcome this harmonious connection. I'm being shown that many of you have been receiving signs. Perhaps you've been noticing particular names appearing repeatedly in your experience, or maybe you've had dreams of someone whose face you couldn't quite see, but whose presence felt like coming home. These aren't coincidences. They're breadcrumbs leading you toward recognition when the moment of meeting arrives. The divine wants you to know that this connection will be different from anything you've experienced before. It will challenge your preconceptions about relationships. It will push you to grow in ways that might initially feel uncomfortable, but will ultimately lead to profound expansion. This person will see you, truly see you, beyond the masks you wear for the world, beyond the roles you play, beyond even the image you've crafted for yourself. They will witness your soul in its raw, authentic truth and love you not despite your perceived flaws, but because of the beautiful complexity they create within you. Type seen if you're ready to be truly witnessed in this way. Many listening to this message have been working so hard on themselves. You've been healing childhood wounds, breaking generational patterns, learning to love yourself in ways your younger self couldn't have imagined possible. This work hasn't gone unnoticed. In fact, it's precisely this inner transformation that has been calling in your divine counterpart. There's something powerful about reaching the point where you no longer need someone else to complete you. That's when you become magnetic to the kind of love that enhances rather than defines you. Your divine partner isn't coming to rescue you. They're coming to celebrate you, to grow alongside you, to create something beautiful with you. I'm sensing that some of you have almost given up hope. The waiting has felt too long, the disappointments too numerous. Perhaps you've told yourself that deep connection isn't in your destiny, that you're meant to walk a solitary path. I want you to know that these thoughts aren't truth. They're protective mechanisms designed to shield you from potential hurt. But in shielding yourself from pain, you've also been blocking the path to profound joy. Type surrender if you're ready to release these protective barriers. The love coming toward you will make you smile in ways you've forgotten you could. Not just the polite smile you offer to colleagues or the measured smile you share in social settings, but the uninhibited, full-bodied smile that comes from being completely at ease in your own skin, in the presence of someone who cherishes every aspect of your being. This connection will awaken parts of you that have been dormant. Your creativity, your playfulness, your capacity for joy and wonder, all these aspects will be nurtured and encouraged by this soul who sees the fullness of your potential. They will make you feel both completely accepted as you are and inspired to become all that you can be. Physical connection will take on new meaning with this person. It won't merely be about satisfaction or release. It will be a sacred exchange of energy, a language through which your souls communicate when words fail. Type awakened if you're ready for this level of profound connection. Many of you have experienced partnerships where physical intimacy became routine, obligatory, or worst of all, a battlefield of unmet needs and unexpressed desires. The divine wants you to know that with this soul, physical connection will be a source of healing, of joy, of spiritual expansion. You'll find yourself asking for more, not just of physical touch, but of the emotional and spiritual intimacy that it represents. This union will be characterized by mutual growth. Unlike relationships where one person's expansion threatens the other, you and this divine counterpart will celebrate each other's evolution. You'll create space for each other to explore new aspects of yourselves, to develop gifts and talents, to pursue passions. Your bond will be strengthened, not weakened, by individual growth. I'm being shown that for many of you, this person may initially seem like an unlikely match by conventional standards. Perhaps there will be differences in background, in life experience, in cultural reference points due to the age gap or other factors. But these differences are by divine design. They're meant to expand your perspective, to introduce you to new ways of seeing and experiencing the world. The divine messengers want you to approach this connection with an open heart and mind. Release preconceptions about what your perfect partner should look like, sound like, or be like. The divine operates beyond human limitations and expectations. The person being prepared for you may surprise you in the most delightful ways. Type openness if you're willing to release rigid expectations and receive with an open heart. Some of you have been holding on to past loves, keeping a space in your heart reserved for someone who is no longer aligned with your highest path. The divine wants you to know that it's safe to release this attachment. It doesn't mean those experiences weren't meaningful or that the love wasn't real. It simply means that particular chapter has served its purpose in your soul's journey. Making peace with the past creates space for this divine future to unfold. For others, there's fear around opening your heart again. You've known pain, disappointment, betrayal. The thought of vulnerability makes your spirit want to retreat into the safety of solitude. The divine messengers surround you now with healing light, gently encouraging you to trust again. Not blindly, but wisely, with the discernment you've gained through experience. Type trust if you're ready to embrace trust as a practice. This soul coming toward you has been on their own journey of preparation. They've been learning lessons about authentic communication, about emotional responsibility, about showing up consistently even when it's challenging. They're not perfect, no human is, but they're committed to growth, to awareness, to building something meaningful and lasting. Many of you will meet this person in the most unexpected circumstances. A chance encounter that doesn't feel like chance at all. A moment of synchronicity that leaves you breathless with its precision. Pay attention to those instances when time seems to slow down, when the world around you fades into soft focus. When your heart recognizes something your mind doesn't yet understand. Type aware if you're committed to staying alert to these divine orchestrations. This connection, when it arrives, will feel both brand new and strangely familiar. You'll experience the exhilarating rush of discovery alongside the comforting sense of returning home. This paradox is the hallmark of souls who have known each other before, who have danced together across dimensions and lifetimes. The divine wants you to know that this union is not just for your personal happiness, though it will bring immense joy. It also serves a greater purpose. Together, you and this soul will create an energy field that contributes to collective healing. Your love will ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully realize. Type purpose if you feel called to a love that serves beyond your personal fulfillment. I'm sensing that many of you have been doing spiritual work, meditation, prayer, energy clearing, setting intentions. Continue these practices, but with a subtle shift. Rather than focusing on calling in a specific type of person, focus on becoming more fully yourself. The frequency of your authentic self is precisely what will attract this divine counterpart. The divine messengers are showing me that timing is especially significant for this connection. There's a window of opportunity approaching, a period when the energetic conditions are particularly favorable for this meeting to occur. For some of you, this window opens very soon. For others, there's still some preparation needed, both for you and for them. Trust the divine timeline, even when your human impatience wants to rush the process. This person will challenge you in the most loving ways. They won't accept the masks you wear or the limitations you've placed on yourself. They'll see your greatness even when you're hiding from it, and they'll lovingly encourage you to step more fully into your power. Type growth if you're ready for a love that doesn't let you play small. Many of you have been living according to shoulds, the expectations of family, society, or your own rigid ideas about what your life path ought to look like. This divine union will help liberate you from these constraints. It will remind you that the most meaningful life is one aligned with your soul's true desires, not external prescriptions for happiness. The age difference that exists between you and this soul carries important lessons. For those connecting with someone younger, you'll learn to embrace spontaneity, to remain curious, to see the world through fresh eyes. You'll be reminded of aspects of yourself you may have forgotten in the process of adulting and building a life according to conventional standards. For those connecting with someone older, you'll gain wisdom, perspective, and a deeper appreciation for the richness that comes with life experience. You'll learn that some things can only be understood through living them, and you'll benefit from the hard-won insights your partner brings to the relationship. Type wisdom if you're open to these sacred exchanges of energy and knowledge. This connection will bring profound healing to your relationship with the divine masculine and feminine energies, regardless of the gender of your partner. Many of you have carried wounds related to these energies based on childhood experiences or past relationships. The divine balance you'll experience with this soul will help restore your faith in the beautiful way these energies can dance together in harmony. I'm being shown that communication in this relationship will feel effortless in ways you haven't experienced before. You'll find yourself expressing thoughts and feelings you've previously struggled to articulate. You'll feel deeply understood, often without having to explain yourself. This soul speaks your language, not just your words, but the unspoken language of your heart. Type understood if you're ready for this level of communication. For many of you, this divine partnership will facilitate major life transitions that you've been hesitant to make on your own. Perhaps it's a geographic move, a career change, or a significant lifestyle adjustment that your soul has been craving. This person will provide both the catalyst and the support system for these transformations. The divine messengers want you to know that while this connection will bring immense joy, it won't be without challenges. No meaningful relationship is. The difference is that the challenges you face together will strengthen rather than weaken your bond. You'll develop healthy patterns of working through difficulties, growing closer through resolution, rather than being driven apart by conflict. Many of you have experienced relationships where you felt you had to choose between authentic self-expression and keeping the peace. This divine partnership will finally show you what it feels like to be fully yourself and fully loved simultaneously. You won't need to diminish your light to make anyone comfortable. Type authentic if you're ready to be completely yourself in love. This soul coming toward you has an energy that complements yours in remarkable ways. Where you're strong, they may have vulnerabilities that allow you to express your nurturing nature. Where you struggle, they bring strengths that support your growth. This complementary dynamic creates a relationship where both of you can be both strong and vulnerable, both supporter and supported. I'm sensing that laughter will be a significant aspect of this connection. Not just polite amusement, but deep, belly-shaking laughter that releases endorphins and creates bonds on a biochemical level. This person will help you take life less seriously, to find humor even in challenging situations, to remember that joy is as valid a spiritual practice as any other. Type joy if you're ready to welcome more laughter into your life. The divine wants you to know that this relationship will feel different from previous connections from the very beginning. The usual games, the uncertainty, the anxiety about where you stand, these elements will be notably absent. Instead, there will be clarity, transparency, and a mutual recognition that something significant is unfolding between you. Many of you have struggled with feeling worthy of profound love. Perhaps childhood experiences taught you that love is conditional, that you must earn it through achievement, compliance, or self-sacrifice. This divine partnership will play a crucial role in rewriting these beliefs. You'll experience being loved for your essence, not your actions. A love that doesn't need to be earned because it recognizes your inherent worthiness. Type worthy if you're embracing your worthiness of unconditional love. This connection will create a safe container for your deepest healing. Aspects of yourself that you've hidden away out of shame, fear, or past rejection will finally find acceptance and integration. This isn't because your partner is perfect, but because they create an environment of such profound safety that your wounded parts can finally emerge from hiding. The divine messengers are showing me that many of you will experience a period of accelerated spiritual growth just before meeting this person. You may notice increased synchronicities, more vivid dreams, a heightened sense of intuition, or encounters with symbolic animals or objects. These are all signs of your energetic field expanding to prepare for this significant connection. Pay attention to these subtle shifts. Type aware if you're noticing these spiritual nudges already. This relationship will teach you the difference between attachment and love. Many previous connections were characterized by attachment, the fear-based clinging that comes from seeking external validation and completion. What you're moving toward now is true love, the freedom-based connection that comes from two whole beings choosing each other from a place of abundance rather than lack. I'm being shown that for many of you, this connection will arrive after a period of chosen solitude, a time when you've deliberately stepped back from dating to focus on yourself. This isn't coincidental. It's in this space of self-connection that you've established the frequency necessary to attract a relationship of this caliber. Type solitude if you recognize the sacred value of this preparatory aloneness. The divine wants you to know that this partnership will be characterized by mutual support of each other's purpose. Unlike relationships where individual callings create competition or resentment, you and this soul will be each other's greatest champions. You'll derive genuine joy from witnessing each other's accomplishments and growth, creating a relationship ecosystem where both of you can flourish. Many of you have been receiving guidance about practical preparations for this union. Perhaps you felt called to create physical space, clearing out closets, rearranging furniture, making room symbolically and literally. Others have received guidance about emotional or energetic clearing, releasing attachments to past relationships, healing old wounds, setting healthy boundaries. Honor these intuitive nudges. They're part of the divine preparation. Type preparing if you're actively creating space for this new beginning. This connection will bring a renewed relationship with your body. Many of you have experienced disconnection from your physical self due to trauma, societal messaging, or spiritual beliefs that devalue the material realm. This divine partnership will help you reclaim your body as a sacred vessel, capable of both giving and receiving profound pleasure, comfort, and expression. You'll learn to honor your physicality as an integral aspect of your spiritual journey, rather than an obstacle to it. The divine messengers want you to know that while this connection has been divinely orchestrated, it still requires your active participation. You'll need to remain open, to take inspired action when guided, to be willing to step outside comfort zones and familiar patterns. Divine timing works in concert with human free will, creating a dance of co-creation between you and the universe. Type co-creator if you're ready to participate actively in manifesting this divine union. I'm sensing that many of you will experience moments of doubt when this connection appears. The human mind can be skeptical of gifts that arrive with ease, of connections that feel too good to be true. You may find yourself looking for problems, waiting for the other shoe to drop, or testing the relationship in unconscious ways. The divine encourages you to be aware of these tendencies and to choose trust when they arise. Not blind trust, but the wise discernment that comes from staying present with what is rather than projecting past experiences onto your current reality. This divine partnership will have a profound impact on your relationship with abundance. Many of you have operated from scarcity consciousness in multiple areas of life, including love. You've approached relationships with an underlying fear that there isn't enough love, enough attention, enough security. This connection will help heal these scarcity wounds, showing you what it feels like to live from a place of more than enough. Type abundance if you're ready to release scarcity consciousness in relationships. The divine wants you to know that this connection will feel like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. There will be an ease, a naturalness, a sense of rightness that permeates your interactions. This doesn't mean every moment will be perfect, but even in imperfection, there will be an underlying current of belonging that sustains you both. Many of you have experienced relationships where your intuition was consistently overridden, either by your partner's insistence or by your own desire to make things work despite red flags. This divine partnership will be characterized by alignment between your intuitive knowing and your lived experience. Your gut feelings will be validated rather than contradicted, creating a foundation of deep trust in both yourself and the relationship. Type intuition if you're committed to honoring your inner knowing in this connection. This relationship will introduce you to new aspects of love you haven't yet experienced. Beyond the familiar territories of romance, passion, and companionship, you'll discover subtle dimensions of connection that don't have easy names or descriptions in our limited human language. These experiences will expand your understanding of what's possible between two souls in human form. The divine messengers are showing me that this connection will arrive in divine, perfect timing, not a moment too soon or too late, though it may differ from your human timeline. Some of you have been waiting for what feels like an eternity, while others have barely begun to consider opening your heart again. Regardless of where you are in your journey, trust that the cosmic choreography is unfolding exactly as it should. Type timing if you're surrendering to divine timing while remaining actively receptive. For many of you, this divine partnership will facilitate healing across ancestral lines. The patterns of relationship dysfunction, communication breakdown, or emotional unavailability that have plagued your family system for generations will find resolution through the conscious love you create together. Your healing becomes their healing, creating ripple effects through time in both directions. This connection will bring a renewed sense of purpose and direction to your life. Many of you have felt somewhat adrift, unsure of your path, or lacking the motivation to pursue it wholeheartedly. The divine energy generated between you and this soul will function as a catalyst, clarifying your vision and providing the supportive environment needed to manifest it. Type purpose if you're ready for this energetic activation. The divine wants you to know that while this person will feel like home to you, they aren't your home. True home is found within your own being, in that sacred inner space where you connect with your essence and with the divine. This relationship will reflect and enhance that inner sanctuary rather than replacing it, creating a healthy interdependence rather than codependence. Many of you have been doing significant work on establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries, learning to say no, to prioritize your needs, to communicate your limits clearly and compassionately. This divine partnership will honor these boundaries rather than challenging them. You'll experience the beautiful paradox that true intimacy can only exist where healthy boundaries are respected. Type boundaries if you're committed to bringing this wisdom into your next relationship. I'm being shown that for many of you, nature will play a significant role in this connection. Perhaps you'll meet in a natural setting or nature-based activities will form an important part of your bonding experiences. There's something about being in the natural world that will facilitate and deepen your connection, perhaps because it helps both of you drop social masks and connect from a more authentic place. This divine partnership will help heal your relationship with time. Many of you have been living in perpetual rush mode, constantly feeling that there isn't enough time, that you're behind schedule, that life is slipping through your fingers. This connection will introduce you to different qualities of time, moments that expand beyond their measured duration, deep presence that transcends past and future, the timeless quality of authentic connection. Type presence if you're ready to experience this transformation in your relationship with time. The divine messengers want you to know that this partnership will be characterized by genuine equality, not the kind of theoretical equality that still contains subtle power imbalances, but a lived experience of mutual respect, shared decision-making, and reciprocal nurturing. Neither of you will consistently hold more power or bear more responsibility for the relationship's health and maintenance. For many of you, creativity will flourish within this connection. Whether you consider yourself an artist or not, the energy between you will stimulate creative expression in various forms. You might find yourself writing, singing, painting, cooking, gardening, or expressing creativity through how you live and love. The divine spark that exists between you naturally gives rise to new creation. Type creative if you're excited to experience this creative awakening. This divine partnership will bring healing to your relationship with control. Many of you have developed patterns of either excessive control or giving away your power, neither of which creates the conditions for healthy love to thrive. With this person, you'll learn the delicate balance of holding appropriate responsibility while surrendering what isn't yours to manage. You'll discover that true security comes not from controlling outcomes, but from knowing you can handle whatever arises together. I'm sensing that many of you will experience profound spiritual communion with this person. Beyond intellectual discussions about spirituality, you'll share experiences of the numinous, the transcendent, the ineffable. These shared encounters with something greater than yourselves will form a significant bond between you, creating a relationship that exists not just on physical and emotional levels, but on a soul level. Type sacred if you're ready for a connection that honors the spiritual dimension of relationship. The divine wants you to know that this partnership will help you reclaim parts of yourself that you've abandoned or suppressed in order to fit into family systems, social groups, or previous relationships. With this person, you'll feel safe to be your full, multi-dimensional self, including the parts that are messy, complicated, or don't fit neatly into conventional categories. Many, of you have struggled with relationships where communication about needs and desires felt uncomfortable or even forbidden. This divine partnership will create space for clear, compassionate expression of what you want and need, especially in intimate realms. You'll discover the freedom that comes with being able to ask for what brings you pleasure, fulfillment, and joy without shame or hesitation. Type express if you're ready for this level of authentic communication. This connection will bring healing to your relationship with vulnerability. Many of you have learned to equate vulnerability with weakness or danger, having experienced situations where openness led to hurt. With this divine partner, you'll discover vulnerability as a source of strength, as the pathway to the deepest connection, as the courage to be seen in your complete humanity. This redefinition of vulnerability will transform not just your romantic relationship, but all your connections. The divine messengers want you to know that while this partnership will feel magical, it isn't magic in the sense of requiring no effort. It's more accurate to say it will feel like inspired effort, the kind of engagement that energizes rather than depletes you, that feels purposeful rather than obligatory. You'll both be active participants in creating and maintaining the relationship ecosystem. But this co-creation will feel more like play than work. Type effort if you're ready to engage fully in this sacred co-creation. As we bring this divine message to a close, I want to remind you that you are deeply loved, carefully guided, and perfectly positioned to receive this blessed union when divine timing aligns. The waiting hasn't been punishment. It's been protection. The loneliness hasn't been abandonment. It's been preparation. Every experience, every heartbreak, every moment of growth has been leading you here to this threshold of possibility. Continue to nurture your relationship with yourself. Continue to heal, to grow, to expand your capacity for giving and receiving love. Know that the divine sees you, celebrates you, and is orchestrating circumstances beyond your current awareness to bring you and this soul together at the perfect moment. Type gratitude in the comments as an act of faith, as an acknowledgement of the divine orchestration already in motion. Your words carry power. They're seeds planted in the fertile soil of possibility. Until next time, beautiful soul, walk in the certainty that love is making its way to you, and that when it arrives, it will exceed even your most hopeful imaginings. Divine blessings surround you now and always. Before you scroll to the next video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to this channel, share this video to WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and to friends who use any social network as you can. God will bless you and answer your prayers. Thank you for watching.